Hello, hello. Nothing again. Still no sound. I am so sorry, and this happens, and I just shifted my house, so everything is reset up again, and this is what happens. So some connections, even though I tested half an hour before, the mic was working, and when I went live, it can't see the microphone, the USB microphone. The USB microphone is this one. So suddenly it can't see. So these are the things that can happen. So okay, we are back to topic. Thank you for joining. A lot of you are here. Dominus Entertainment, Erika Bates, thank you for joining, and the Farman from UK, Jingu from Korea, and Suja. You didn't tell me where you are from, but thank you. I broke the curse. So we are getting back to the topic. So today's topic is much more interesting. So how do we use ChatGPT or AI tools in our workflow in live streaming? So I think a lot of people have been thinking about this, but they haven't actually go about and done it. So again, I apologize that after shifting my house, a lot of things has been changed and the setup has been changed, my PC and everything else. So my background might not be as neat as before, but yes, this is the first live I'm doing from the new house. Yeah, I broke the curse finally. So let me know if the sound is okay, it is workable. I haven't fine-tuned this microphone, so it might be at, let me see how is the quality of the sound for this one. I hope it will not peak. I will reduce the sound a little bit, so it should not peak. Okay, so I reduced a little bit as fine tuning. Later I can work on this. So how many of you guys actually played with ChatGPT and put into use inside your live streaming workflow? So this is something that, like, my goodness. So back to the topic, and so in how many of you actually use ChatGPT for your live streaming workflow? I really want to know, because this is something very unique proposition, and I'm not sure how many people actually go about and do it, but recently I have started using it in some context. So we are going to look at those entities that I have used, and also look at some other tools that can help in the process as well. So let's go and have a look. What are the things we can start with. So okay, let me share my screen. One second. Hopefully the screen share will work, because everything else didn't work. Let me share the screen. Where is this? Okay, window, right. Let me maximize this window. Okay. So now I'm sharing the window. It's a presentation. So let's go into this, and then we can talk about this. Yes, JL Duran, you are right. Sometimes it helps us to identify the video or live topic. So that's one part of it, but you can actually fine tune it in further mode. So let's take a look at what are the things that we can also do accordingly. So using for preparation. So first, like J.L. Duran said, that you can create the ideas, and also you can create the variations. So when you are asking an idea that I want to talk about this thing in my live show, so it can be a school topic, it can be a study subject, it can be a any other thing. So it can be engineering, it can be every other topic that you are going to live about or your specialty is. So you can ask that specific question and always put in the details that you are because you have to treat the system as they are a baby. So you have to tell them every little details to actually get a proper output. So this is a lot of people think that AI knows what we are thinking. We are not, they are not. So we have to give them the context so they can generate the result correctly. So this happens for OpenAI, ChatGPT and every other AI tools, because they will ask you what is the question or what you want to do and to go about it. It is always about how you define the question. So that covers my second point, that you have to be detailed about it. Means you cannot simply ask what is a cup of tea. A cup of tea can be 1,000 type of tea. So this is where it differs, that how you ask the question. Now number 3 is it will help you formulate a structure for your live stream. So how you go about it, we are going to see a sample afterwards, and I will put in the questions in live and ask the question in live, so it gives the response. Hopefully ChatGPT will not hang up, and you can expand. Sorry, I pressed something else. So okay, so you can expand your content structure from the outline that you have got. So you can also get presentation ideas. So for example, this presentation, actually I asked ChatGPT to create a presentation on this topic. So it gives that topic and gives an outline. So what I did, I chopped it off and personalized it how I feel like. So it has my touch. Means every individual, for example, Erica have a style of talking, I have a style of talking. So why not you modify it after you get the output, because sometimes AI output is a bit strict or stiff, so it might look like there is no life into it. So you can put in certain things that matches your identity, matches your branding, matches your persona. And don't forget to ask for help and tips. So I will show you how easy is that, and let me see my ChatGPT is actually working or not. I start it first, and then we will go about sharing that screen. So let me stop sharing this one before I add in the ChatGPT screen. I'm lucky that I was able to find the microphone, because every item in my house is kind of messed up right now. Okay, so here is my window. I hope you guys can see this. Okay, so what we can do, we have seen few of the ideas that what we can ask. So let's say you want to have an idea, you are a coach or you are a teacher, you want an idea of live shows on teaching certain subject. So it can be, if you are a biology teacher, it can be, the topic can be biology, or the topic can be history. So let's type it. I'm real time doing this, so bear with me. Sorry about all these technical issues. So let me type this. Give me 5 ideas for a live stream that is related to 1100 to 1800 1800 history. So I am asking this question in the context of a history teacher, for example. So now is typing out, giving you the idea of from a context of a history teacher, and he or she asks that what are the 5 topics I can talk about during that era, 1100 and 1800. So a day in the life series, so you can create a life series that is following this structure, a day in the life. So now what I can ask them, create an outline for the live show topic 1 from above, a day in the life series. So ChatGPT remembers what you have asked before. Hi Nilesh, thank you for joining. So now it is giving you an outline of that show, that what are the subjects, what are the subtopics you are going to talk about. So it is pretty detailed. What you can do, you take this as a base and then you add in your words. When you speak to the live show, you put in the data, like whatever things you want to highlight from that era, and who are the notable persons or the war or whatever it is, what you want to put in those data. But it already gave you the structure, means you are ready with the structure to go to the live show. So you can take that as a talking point, but not only talking point, you can also make a section of your live show according to this. So you can see that a random topic which is not related to me, it might be related to somebody who is a teacher, history teacher, or even a historian. So they want to do a live show, they want topics, they want ideas. So they can just build ideas, then expand the idea from that point. It was I can do it in less than 2 minutes, means everyone can do it in less than 2 minutes. So this is why we can use this. So our brain doesn't have to work so much to identify how we are going to plan out our show. So here they gave us great battles, they gave us art and architecture, they gave us famous figures and daily life and culture. So all of these can be either individual shows or you can create a series. So for example, a day in the life, the era 1100 to 1800 in European era, that's your new show title, and it can be part 1, part 2, part 3. So you hook the people who wants to know about this in detail in one show after another. So this is just one example I have given. So what if I ask that give me 5 ideas for YouTube live show about social anxiety. Hopefully, okay, this is a completely different topic, right? So let's go and see what comes out from this. Well, it's not bad, I can say that much. So this can be for a consultant or a psychiatrist who sees people and they want to create a live show on these topics. So this is related to them, this is related in their job scope, and they can help in these areas. So for them to create these items, I just ask for 5 items. So what will happen if I ask for another 5? So I just ask, give me another 5 show so now there is adding in the previous 5, now I have 10. So this is beautiful in a sense that you do not have to do all. What you can do cherry pick. So after this is generated, what you can do, you can go and search on YouTube that which one has more volume or more likes. So this is a tips nobody will tell you, but this is how you can identify that how many people actually looking for that topic, that specific topic. So if you see, there is a lot of there is not a lot of video, but there is a lot of view on videos. So it's a good place that you can create that topic which will get more views, because that topic has less number of videos, but the videos that it has a good number of views. So it give you a great idea how to make use of which topic first. Of course, you can span it out into like prioritize the most important topics first or keep them in the middle, so you have more viewership. So this is just one way of going about it. Now what I want to do, I want to create an outline from this one. So mindfulness and meditation. So I will ask the similar question, that create an outline topic 1, mindfulness and meditation. Okay, let's see how this comes up. So it's going about the topic outline. So this is how you can build the structure for your show. So you can talk about introduction, means you give an introduction of this issue and how many people are suffering from this, and then you go about the next one, what is mindfulness, what is meditation, and etc etc etc, and how it can improve your life. So then you add in the tips and tricks, and then your end part. So you can actually go further than this. So I will give you the opportunity to actually go and dig in and find out how you can expand even more. So what it can do up to the point that it can create the script for you. Now if you want to transform this, all you have to do, convert the above into a YouTube video script. So let's see how that turns out. Have you seen what it is doing? So this is why you can make use of this in multiple different cases. It even talks about cut the host sitting in front of the meditation cushion, means is directing how the camera should frame which person and which person. So which is a great thing. I mean, if it is only your show, you do not have to have that, but they already gave you that option. So cut up close to the host, that's all for today's video. So what you can do, you can take all these as your talking point when you are creating your show, and then you can expand upon it, because when there is real time discussion with a host versus a guest, then you can create one sub area into a bigger area to talk about. But what you can do, you can use this as a guideline, as your talking point, and then add your own words and become yourself, put your persona into it. That is all you need to do. But the bigger part of the problem is to have this ready, which they have done it for less than a minute time. So this is where it differs. This is why it differs, because previously you have cracked your head. Previously you have thought, what am I going to talk about in my next show? So this is how you can get the ideas. So just like how J.L. Duran mentioned, to get the ideas. Now there is more part to it. You can actually do even. So I have actually covered that you can create the idea, you can expand the idea, you can convert it to a script. It's a video script. Yes, it is not 100% accurate. There might be some misinformation. So go ahead and read up all the things that it generated. Don't take it 100 by 100. Do not do that. Just put your own thoughts, put your own words, and stylize it how you want it to be. That is where AI is coming in. It's not because of AI is replacing the storyteller. AI is not replacing the musician. It's not. It's assisting. So this is how they are assisting us to generate the ideas, formulate our show in a very short period of time. So within last few minutes, we have already covered that it can go this far. So what if no, it's not. It's just so Shuja mentioned, I'm still a step behind to think ChatGPT is a human being. They are not. They are well mannered, well modeled. So the in my real life work, I also work with AI, and we do data modeling. So this is how I know that how they can actually come up to this point, because they have queried billions and billions of data. So they have pointers that almost everything that we can ask, it will have a response for it. So let me go to the another idea. So you have seen I usually use a presentation because it helps me to identify that what we are going to talk about, as well as what audience wants to know in general, means they can reference it later on. So it becomes a useful video even after I finish talking, and they can come back to this same live video and refer to the presentation points that what I was talking about. So it is much more easier to digest in that manner. So let me show you the presentation ideas. So now I'm going to create a presentation format outline that you can later convert into a presentation. So let me give the command. Give me a full outline for a presentation for the topic mindfulness and meditation. So let's see how this presentation comes out. So what I will do, I will add even So we are going to compare this with the outline they created before, whether it is same or not. But I can tell you right now that it is not the same. Okay, so you can see there is about 10 segments in this. So it has definitions of mindfulness and meditations, and it has types of meditations, how to practice, overcoming common barriers in the workplace, then scientific evidence and data. So now you can take this and go about however you want to design your presentation, put into a template, and then plot data into this. So I haven't tested that if it can actually tell you that the scientific evidence supporting. I wouldn't take that because they have data until 2021. So I would recommend that you take these pointers, put into your presentation, go and do Google search and find out the factual data before you go about completing your presentation, because that will be much more realistic. If you get the data from ChatGPT itself, the data accuracy might not be there, because when I test with data and numbers, sometimes it is not accurate. Actually, quite a lot of times it is not accurate. So keep that in mind. Now we are going to test one more variation. As a live streamer, you might have a lot of issues. A lot of issues means like right at the beginning of this stream, I had a severe issue with sound, which I did 30 minutes before. It didn't have that issue, but it appeared. So this is how things can go wrong during a live stream. And what I am going to do, I am going to ask for a problem that is related to live stream and see what are the solution it is giving me. So let's see, let's go and type my problem. So this is my real life problem that I just had. You guys all experienced this problem right before this stream. I mean right at the beginning of this stream. So I'm just going to press enter and see. So it actually gave me the solution. Now I can tell you what was my problem was the driver. So the driver that I was using, for some reason it crashed while my browser is open. So what happened, it automatically disconnected all the related components related to the microphone that I was using. Even though the microphone is powered on, but it didn't send the sound to the audience, means it didn't pass through. So I realized, because after I go about and look for things, I realized that the driver panel have this issue, but I couldn't fix the issue because then my stream will break. Because if I close the OneStream live window, I will not be able to get back into the same stream because it is real time. So that is why I was looking for the microphone and put the microphone in and then went online. But yes, they have given the solution that is inside this. Now I will ask a tactical question. Let's see what it gives me when I ask this. So for example, I am talking about I have two Elgato key lights. So this is my question. So I have 3 lights. I have 2 key lights and 1 umbrella light. So how do I position these for the optimal view for my camera? So let's see what it comes out with. So I'm not sure whether you are following this or not, but have a look. So it actually tells you position your camera first. That is the most essential one. First you put your camera where you want it to be, and then you go from there. What you do, you position the umbrella light, place the umbrella light behind your camera and slightly above my eye level. Exactly what I have done in this room. And position your Elgato air key lights, place one air key light on either side of your camera about 45 degrees off center. So it will provide additional illumination, which is right also. I don't have a Elgato key light, but I have something similar, which is around 45 degree elevation, angle from the camera. And then I have adjusted the light a bit. So adjust the brightness and color temperature, use the controls of etc, etc. So basically it told you what to do once you have these 3 elements for your stream. So this would have been immensely helpful when I started streaming. At that time the ChatGPT not yet came out, but you can see that how it can be a helpful hand to ask questions and get answers to the point. Because previously what we used to do, we used to go to Google, look for this problem, and then you will find 10 blog posts. Yes, it's all good, but then you have to open each of them and try to find what is the solution that is matching your problem. So you see, the people who wrote about those elements, they have a different setup. It might not match your setup. So you might only have one key light or one umbrella light. So how you are going to solve your issue when you do not have enough component? So this is why you should watch my previous video, which was about beginners tips and tricks and the equipments, very basic equipments to go live. So this is where you can make maximum use of this, because you can ask them, I have only 2 lights and only these 2 are just LED lights. You can give them the model and then see how they recommend you where to place it. So this is why that I always keep an lav mic, because I know if everything goes wrong, a lav mic will work. So this is why I kept it nearby me. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to go on the next topic. I know we talked about creating ideas and variations of it, and be detailed when you are asking the question. Put in the detail. If it is a YouTube live show, tell the system that it is a YouTube live show. If it is a TikTok live show, the structure might be different. So play with that. Now use it to help and formulate your show. Then you can expand on the content structure, means each individual sections you can expand it. Now you can get the presentation ideas. So whatever topic you are going to talk about in the show, you can actually pre-populate the presentation beforehand, and pretty easily, because they will give you the outline that you can use as a base for your show. Then and at the end you can also ask for helps and tips. So let me try one more thing before we move to the another part. So this one, I want to see what are the software they recommend, because it might be wrong or it might be outdated. So we are going to see what is the output coming out from that. Fantastic. So the first software that they mention that I still use is Voicemeeter on Windows. So then I'm also using Wavelink, which is supposed to work. This is the Wavelink mic, so it's supposed to work. Then you have OBS Studio and Equalizer APO. So they are all solid recommendations. And for a beginner, if somebody is starting as a beginner, they should go with Wavelink, because Wavelink is much more easier to handle. But my driver crash that happened earlier this show today, and that gave me a bad feeling about this. But they have a lot of things in this, including the Wavelink can control your Elgato key lights. Just a tips. So you can see that you can ask it all the things related with your stream, or the challenges that you feel as a beginner or even novice or even advanced. Whatever you want to do, you ask the system the question, structure it, make it detailed, and you will get a response out of it. So imagine how you can use this in multiple different purposes rather than just generating text. It can be just text, but it can be in many more than that. And so now we are going to the next section. I know this show become longer because first 10 minutes I wasted, and yeah, let me stop this screen sharing first, and then I'm going to add in another screen so I can show what's the next part. So this one I'm just going to talk about it because we don't have enough time to actually show the real life examples. But what you can do, I can tell you the story that how you can do it. So the next one is use for content. So this is a no-brainer to use it for content. Now this is how I use it. So I use an extension called AIPRM, AIPRM.com. So I go and install this extension, and it gives a humongous amount of engineered prompts in ChatGPT browser. So it is very useful. Let me see if I can spin that up, and then you will be able to see that how many things you can do, and some of the things that you can do even more. So chat, okay, let's see if my chat window I can open. Okay, so I did a video on this before. It's not a live video, but I did a shorts that this extension is super helpful. So let me just share that. Okay, here we are. If you can see the screen, I'm going to maximize it so you can see it clearly. Okay, I will maximize it even more. So you can see it empowers your ChatGPT, including multiple different type of prompts, and there is a lot. So in this system, there is, when I started with this, they only had 200 over prompts, and now they have 1465 prompts, and it is increasing. Even today, when I saw it in the morning, it was 1200 prompts. So imagine how fast it grows. So one of the quick example will be Midjourney prompt generator. So what it does, let me just maximize the screen. So you just put in the keyword an old man diffused so it will generate the prompt you need to put in Midjourney. So you don't have to think so much, because when you go to Midjourney, one of the things that you will notice that it requires a lot of detailed prompting. So it already gave you 4 different prompts, right? You can see these are the prompts. What you can do, okay, the idea to use it, when you create a background, you can use this as the stream background, like how you are looking at it when I am beside this video, right? Beside this window there is a moving background, so you can use it as a static background, and then you can bring it to other video AI software to animate it. So you see where I am going. You can put in so much things uniquely generated for your specific target, for your specific channel that matches your persona and brand, and then you can use it without having any copyright issues, because AI generated image will not hit any copyright issues. So you see, this is how you can generate a person's face which is non-existent, means it's not a real person, but you can generate the face using a prompt, and ChatGPT is helping you to modulate the entire process. So this is what I am so excited about, and I wanted to do this show. And there are more. On top of this, you can also do any other content that you want to share on social media. So if you want to generate article that is talking about mindfulness, or article that is talking about something related with history, so you can ask ChatGPT to generate a prompt in for Midjourney, that you can then generate an image from there and use that image in your article, because it resonates with your topic. Either it's history, either it's something else, either it's biology, it's history, or anything else. And then you can also do remix in video tools. So I'm going to recommend you some of the tools that are related with AI somewhat, and help you to remix and bring in more content for your channel. So again, sorry about this, I need to change the screen. So stop sharing, and then yeah, this stuff. Okay, I actually couldn't find the window. Okay, found it. So the tools, of course, is no brainer that you will need ChatGPT. Then you will need, if you prefer, you will need Midjourney. If you don't prefer Midjourney because it's paid, you can go with Blue Willow, or you can go with Leonardo.ai. They are pretty good, and I am testing all of them. So I will publish a separate video that how I found them useful or not useful. And then 3, these are the remixing programs. So you can use Steve AI, in video, Ofio, and all these kind of tools. There is another good tool, is called Video.ai, and of course you cannot stop talking about one utility that trumps all of them, which is Descript, especially if you are generating short content. And from OpenAI, DALL-E 2. So you see, you can use ChatGPT to formulate your structure of your show. You can formulate content for your show. You can formulate, you can create graphics that you can use in your show. It can be background, it can be some other content, or you can even create generate images that you can use in your PowerPoint presentation. So these are just, I just touched some of it. So imagine this is touching the surface of it, and there is so much more underneath. And I'm not sure how many of you actually still online. Okay, so that is about it, and we hit the 55-minute marks, and I'm not sure how many is actually still watching at this point. All right, so I guess nobody is here anymore, but these are the tools that I recommend. So let me just go back to the original scene and stop the sharing. Okay, we are back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about this a bit. So let me quickly recap everything. So before I go off, let me recap these things so you will have a summarized idea of this. I have shown some of the example, real life example, and we did it real time rather than recording it separately, which would have been better idea, but anyway. So create your ideas on your preparation stage, like before you go for your live show. Create the ideas that you want to talk about. You can expand on the ideas, then you can create outlines for those ideas, and then you can create a video script for that specific segment of the idea. Now on top of that, you can ask for help. It took a while to put back the studio. Is actually not yet put back. It's just temporary like this. So the background will be like this because this is my studio workspace, but the scenery might be slightly different. And yes, it took a very long time to actually put back everything, and even that created some sort of problem with my components. So, and when I was summarizing, number 6, ask for help and tips, means help can be anything, means you are facing a problem, just ask that question and it will give you an output that you might be able to use. Most of the time you will be able to use. Now that was in the preparation stage. Now during the content stage, what you can do, you can use AI generated art. You can build prompts for Midjourney, Blue Willow, Leonardo. They have similar structure. You can just copy paste, change something and it will work. You can create background images, even you can create, remix it in InVideo or similar kind of programs, or video.ai, to create a unique brand design content. Thank you Breakfast Leadership. That means a lot. That means a lot. Sorry about the problem at the beginning, but yeah, that means a lot. And any other content you might need for social media. So what I want to do, I want to do a later video in this series, like every Wednesday evening in local time. I'm from Malaysia, and Malaysia right now is going to be 11 p.m. I start the show actually at 10 p.m. So if you can join the subsequent shows, because I am going to show more on this, how AI will assist you in your live show process, enhance, build structure, and ultimately create a structured solution for your each shows. So I have shown some of it today, but trust me, it is not enough time, and even 1 hour is not enough time. And on top of that, you can actually remix this combination of things, that the content you generated, the images you have generated, the prompt you generated, all can come together into a story when you want to make a shorts or something similar from your pre-existing content. You can use video tools to remix them. So this is the overall summary. Thank you Jingu. Thank you for attending. And to uh, all the viewers in OneStream Live channel, thank you for joining. Sorry for the trouble earlier, and hopefully I will manage this much more better, because trust me, after moving house, this was very difficult for me to set it up and keep my timing, because it's Wednesdays 10 p.m. I have daytime work, so I missed out few things in the process. And so so how can you help? A lot of people ask that how they can help me. It's not your money can help me. What it can help is that if you think that I have provided a simple enough or structured information that you can use for your own live stream or anything else, you can give a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down, no issues. But do subscribe, because it will help me to make better content. I do my work, and then I also want to help out everyone else who is in my position. So what I will do, that I will figure out what went wrong with my microphone, so next time this thing doesn't happen. Thank you, Shuja and Jingu, thank you guys, and thank you for spending the time. It's almost 1 hour, and it's past 1 hour, and again, I want to thank all my channel members who have appeared today and they were good enough not to shout at me that my sound is not working, but yeah, thank you. And OneStream Live channel, please come back and give me feedback, put your comments. It helps immensely how I can improve, because I am continuously improving and trying to improve as much as possible. At the same time, what I am learning, I'm also trying to give it out. So that is the whole purpose of my shows, and I would say I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you for joining. Let me put a video before I go out. Wow, okay, which one? Okay, bye bye. See you on the next show.